Joining us now, Senate Judiciary Committee member from the great state of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. Senator, you have shown a willingness in the past to support qualified candidates nominated by the other party. Have your Democrat colleagues ever reciprocated or done so recently?
Almost never, but the point is that Judge Jackson, I think, will get very few Republican votes. She ignores the plain meaning of a statute to get an outcome she wanted. When it comes to sentencing and child pornography, she's way out of the mainstream. And when she represented Gitmo defendants, which is fine, you know, I've been a public defender, she called President Bush a war criminal, which is the language of the left. So she'll get very few Republican votes. But this was a decision by Biden. He could have picked a person like Michelle Childs, had probably gotten 65 Republican votes, district court judge from South Carolina. But now I know after the hearings why Judge Jackson was the favorite of the radical left. She's a pretty extreme person in terms of judging. Nice person personally, but she's out there when it comes to judging.
You know, Senator, you mentioned Judge Michelle Childs. You were a vocal advocate for her. She's a federal judge. She's a woman of color. She has, I mean, her Democrat credentials are in order. So it's not like you just decided to oppose a Democrat nominee or a woman of color. There was one you were openly supporting.
Oh, yeah, I think Michelle Childs would have been in the liberal bloc in terms of voting at the Supreme Court level, but she wouldn't have been the activist. I mean, she is limited by the plain meaning of the law. She had a labor union case in South Carolina. She sided with a statute against the labor union. They held that against her. She just did her job as a judge. But the most important thing you can learn from the Jackson nomination is President Biden is more worried about the left than he is the middle. He ran as a steady hand on foreign policy. How's that worked out? He ran as a centrist. If he got to be president, he'd bring us all together. Every time he's had a hard decision, he's gone left, and with Jackson, he went way left.
We got about 45 seconds. This is a question that could take 45 minutes. Do you think the media treated the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett the same way they did Judge Jackson?
No, I think the Kavanaugh-Barrett hearing, well, the Kavanaugh hearing was a debacle. We asked Judge Jackson hard questions, and we're supposed to clap and vote yes as Republicans. You know, when they destroyed Janice Rogers Brown's chance to be on the Supreme Court, African-American nominee by President Bush, they filibustered her. Nobody said a word. But when you ask Judge Jackson a hard question, you're a racist. That doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm so over that. They tried to destroy Kavanaugh's life, and we ask her a few hard questions, and that's the world in which we live in.
All right, we're going to have you back. I gave you short shrift because I talked too long to Carl Rowe, but I'm going to have you back.